Hey there everybody, Kopiki here, welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts 2. In the last episode, we managed to defeat our other half and managed to get the two become one and final form as a result. And now, in this episode, instead of going into the entrance of the world that never was, we're actually going to go ahead and showcase the areas that I've decided to do most of my grinding for the drive forms. Don't worry, I've already ended up basically mastering all of them. Trust me. At your discretion, you really don't want to watch that. So anyways, Valor Form. Super easy to level up now because of the fact that the experiences now has been nerfed. Wisdom Form, I end up utilizing... I'll essentially just go with the list. So, there's one particular enemy that is now unique to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, and it's actually these guys. These are known as the Mushroom 13. All the mushrooms are represented by the... Organization 13, obviously. They end up wearing black cloaks. They have the same exact properties as you would typically known. In fact, I would like to say that all 13 of them kind of have a little bit of a similarity to the Special Heartless in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. The only difference is that they are easy to show up. They're not hard to find, thank God. And they're just right there in front of your face. So, for this one here, number 5, he essentially will end up going to sleep. You need to attack him and drain his health completely. But the problem is that his health recovers is so fast, it's kind of ridiculous. So the way how to be able to beat him, well, first off, he can die if you are utilizing Valor Form. Since Valor Form needs to level up based off hits, he's very easy to use. Limit Form has the same property. By going a little bit further back to the entrance, you can go ahead and use 3 limit attacks. Depending if your magic gauge is a little bit higher, you can probably get 4 out. And if you want, you can also level up your summons this way as well, because as I stated before, every time the summon gauge drains, it will count as an experience. But what you could do is when it drains that one bar, you can continuously keep attacking this mushroom, so that way the bar can keep filling, empty, filling, empty, filling, empty, filling, empty. So every single time that happens, you essentially end up gaining like more levels than you think that you need. So anyways, to be able to beat this guy, you kind of need 2 things. You need items, because when you're using items in Final Form, you are actually attacking when that happens. So what you want to do is you want to try to equip 2 powerful Keyblades that will essentially give you a good damage buff that will kind of just kill the dude in like 1 or few hits. So we're going to actually equip Sleeping Lion. Actually, is Sleeping Lion the most powerful Keyblade we have on us right now? Yes, it is. Okay, well, okay. So let's actually get out of here. Like, Final Form is a bit of a mixed bag. It's kind of like a defense, offense, kind of crazy sort of ability. I like it, but it's not a form that I utilize. In fact, I barely utilize the forms in this game, even though I should, but whatever. So anyways, there you go. And if you end up getting it at the right time, you can actually tell if you end up getting a bunch of fireworks. You end up getting a bunch of items, also some drive gaze, a tranquility shard, which will be important later on, and also a tranquility crystal, and also a gem. If you manage to get it like a very decent amount, you can end up getting a lot. It's really nice, and sometimes you can also get like a particular item. Let's actually see what we got. We got the picture here. Who cares? Anyways. Frost Stone, Lightning Stone, yada yada yada. We actually gotta give these to the friggin' Mugo shop at some point, but oh boy. But yeah, Tranquility Gems. These only comes from the mushrooms. Depending on what, depending on how you do for them, you will end up getting a better result. They also sport some items as well, some weapon items like this one, Precious Mushroom Plus. A staff with tremendous magic increases MP restoration speed by 50% after MP is fully consumed. This is really good for Donald, even though, to be honest, a lot of the mushroom items are pretty good for your characters. It's just that you have to get the maximum amount. And yes, if you are wondering, they unfortunately do count towards the requirement for the Jiminy's Journal. I know that it is something that a lot of people kind of have a little bit of difficulties doing, depending on which mushroom you're doing, especially one particular mushroom back at Traverse Town, because I still can't figure out how to do that thing without actually pulling my brains out. But yeah, you can come to Mushroom 13 to be able to beat that thing constantly. For Wisdom Form, I actually go to the Timeless River, because when you are in your drive form here, you can essentially exit when you're about to run out, and you'll always revert back to your normal form. It's really useful, and it's really simple to do. So what I usually do is I go into Wisdom form, go into Mickey's house, kill all the Heartless there, go over to the pier, kill the Heartless there, go into the fire building, kill the Heartless there, because the enemies at some point will respawn back in Mickey's house, so you kind of want to just go all over the place with that. Alright. So, aside from that, we now have ourselves another Heartless here. This is not the area that I thought I was going to be at. He's actually over here, and he's actually based off of Marluxia's Nobody. So, this is mushroom number 13? No, not 13, jeez. That clearly says 11. This is mushroom number 11. You need to go ahead and kill him as fast as you can before his counter goes down. It's a lot easier said than done because of the fact of the way how the game kind of works. So what you kind of want to do is you kind of want to just... He has 99. And you want to utilize... Okay, well, first off, we're utilizing the wrong ability because this is the wrong Keyblade you want to use. You actually want to use Rumbling Rose, mainly because of Rumbling Rose's capabilities of doing a finisher twice. Some of these are going to take me a bit to get, and some of these are going to, sometimes I might get it on the first try, sometimes I might get it on the second try. It really all depends. I'm not an expert at these mushrooms, to be honest, and I have a difficult time in actually completing them because of how frustrating they can be. Some of them are easier than others, some of them are just frustratingly annoying. But anyways, you kind of want to go ahead and try to angle your shots proper, because the problem is that since he jumps, you don't want you want to lead all your shots towards him. It's your best bet to actually draining all of his health. There is no other method of doing this, unless you can utilize the other forms, which I friggin' highly doubt. But hey, if you can, then by all means, please let me know. Sadly, we did not actually complete it, but luckily enough, if you don't end up completing it, you will always end up dropping some tents, always dropping the drive recovery, so just in case if you kind of want to go ahead and do it again, so you can kind of keep coming back over here to this guy and, you know, keep repeating. So I'm going to go ahead and cut and try to end up getting the requirement for this. So BRB. All right, and there we go. We end up getting it at 17 and 81 seconds. In all honesty, I kind of feel that you can probably end up getting a much better score for that, but that actually does count. You have to get it in under 19 seconds for it to count. You know that you got the Jiminy requirement when you get the little fanfare thing. Because here's the thing. All you have to do is just complete them. But to get the completion for the Jiminy's Journal, you need to complete it within... I actually think you need to do both. I think you need to get the completion rating, and you also need to get the you need to challenge them, and you also need to get the requirement for the Jiminy's Journal. Because if you don't get the Jiminy's Journal requirement, I don't think it will count towards you completing it. So that is that mushroom done and over with. That one's kind of difficult. The best way for you to do that, and this is kind of unfortunate if you kind of go for the defensive build, because you won't be able to get this ability until like a later level. Have your combo pluses gone and also have negative combo. This will essentially allow you to get to your combo finisher a lot faster, and I kind of recommend it. Mainly because of the fact that you kind of want to get to your combo finisher as fast as you can, and it's really, really important. Alright, so for the next boss that we're going to be facing, do we have that? No, we don't. Actually, to be honest, it probably won't even matter anyways, because we got the Keyblade that ends up doing it regardless. So the next nobody on our agenda is actually Demix's Nobody. It's in, well, not, yeah, I guess Demix is Nobody? Can you really call it a nobody? I don't even know what you call it. Also, I should mention that Final Form gives you glide. I don't know why I'm forgetting to mention that, but it was kind of obvious. I think it was obvious. I hope it was obvious. In all honesty, I really hope it was obvious. But Yeah, you get glide, and it's a lot better. It's a much better glide than it is in KH1, because unlike, well, Super Glide doesn't allow you to fall, but this one doesn't. It's super fast, and also it's basically a combination of Super Glide and Glide at the same time, and you can never touch the ground unless, you know, you go on an incline, but that's besides the point. But no, you actually cannot touch the ground at all. It's actually pretty nice. Look at that. If you're level 1, you will touch the ground. If you're at level 2, you won't touch the ground. And level 3, obviously, you won't touch the ground. At max, you just go super fast and very uncontrollably. This is, obviously, Demix's Nobody number 9. So, the way how this one works is that he will be constantly spinning around. You need to keep hitting him because it's essentially equivalent of dancing around with him, and you need to not make him stop. If he stops even once, it's kind of a game over. It's kind of a crapshoot. Also, I realized that guard is off. Why is guard off? Why is guard off? I actually forgot. Why was guard off? Oh yeah, because I was doing the grinding thing and whatnot, and I was kind of being annoyed. I should mention Master Form. I will showcase that as soon as I end up showcasing this mushroom right here. Alright, so for this one, you want to get rid of combo boost and put on Berserk Charge. Berserk Charge increases strength by 2 during MP charge, and it enables combos to continue endlessly. The combo finishing move becomes unavailable. What that means is that you will never end up doing a combo finisher at all. So what you want to do is you also want to remove MP haze, because if you don't, you're gonna kind of end up doing this. So the thing that's going to be your bread and butter is going to be retaliating. Well, not retaliating slash. What's the ability called? Horizontal slash. Yeah, it's horizontal slash is going to be the thing that you're going to be utilizing a lot, and you're going to see why as soon as we activate this. So activate cure, activate the mushroom, and let it go. So Berserk Charge allows you to keep endlessly doing your combos. So you keep doing this constantly over, and you keep pressing the square button. This is the easiest way to be able to go ahead and do this effectively. There is another method by using the Keyblade Fatal Crest. I don't have that Keyblade because that requires you to do one of the Colosseums, and for some reason I'm actually surprised I haven't done it. I think the final Colosseum, the basic one anyways, because there is a Paradox version of it. Oh, we completed it. Wow, that was the most easiest thing. You can actually get 99 very easily from that guide, but I guess I didn't. Anyways, that was like the most easiest one to showcase, by the way. Oh, meet the 3 girls again and meet Sephiroth again. Oh boy, that sounds like an inviting thing, and also enter the Cavern of Remembrance. Yes, that's an area we'll be going for later. So some mushrooms give you the precious mushroom staff. Goofy does have one as well, except Goofy's one kind of comes from annoying Heartless that I don't like. But that's usually the case for a lot of Goofy's weapons, to be fair, but that's besides the point. Anyways, let's go back to the save point, and I will meet you guys back at Merlin's. So in Merlin's mysterious tower, you can actually come back here once you've end up arriving at Twilight Town again. If you go up to almost to the second wave Heartless room, gamblers will be there. You end up equipping the drive converter to Master Form, and it will allow you to go ahead and get the gamblers. It will allow the gamblers to give you drive orbs instead of money. They will still give you money because of the fact that you don't have 2 drive converters, because apparently if you only have 1 drive converter, they will still give you money. But if you have at least one, at least some of the money will turn to drive orbs, which is really good. But anyways, that's not who we're here for. We're here for this dude. Oh lordy, I don't like this guy. This guy I think he's supposed to be based off of Axel's Nobody, but I'm usually never really sure because I don't really remember the numbers all that well. Anyways, for this one, you want to go ahead and pull him up, and then after that, you're supposed to go ahead and supposed to keep him afloat. Now you're probably wondering, what is so difficult about this? Well, you realize that you have to keep him afloat. Do you see the problem here? It's kind of difficult to keep him afloat. It's really, really, really hard to keep this little thing afloat half the time. I don't know if I can be able to do it in this session. In all honesty, I'm not really banking on it because, to be fair, I am not a fan of this nobody, and I don't like this mushroom. This mushroom sucks. So what normally people do would usually use Master Form and then utilize Thunder. Then after that, they will kind of end up hitting him a bunch of times. Let's see how well that works out for us, because it probably won't. So lift him up into the air. Don't utilize what I'm doing. That is like the most piss poor results I ever seen in my life. I forgot that Thunder is on triangle. Alright, but no, in all seriousness, you need to go ahead and keep him afloat. The best way to do this is by utilizing Thunder a couple of times. I kind of want to wait a bit before utilizing anything else, because he will end up going higher and higher and higher. And then after that, you want to go ahead and keep utilizing, now that you're probably wondering, what is the issue? The issue is that he moves. Like, he moves a lot, which is kind of the problem that I have with this nobody. This nobody moves. Your best method is you can use Wisdom Form as well to keep him afloat. But 90% of the time, I don't even know if that's even valuable, to be honest. Because what you kind of want to do is you kind of want to get him to the corner of the area. Easier said than done, I know. Like 90% of most of my commentary here is like, it's easier said than done. It's like, yeah, I know. Like that's like a lot of the Mushroom 13s, is that it is some of them are just RNG, and that one is it's just no exception. Anyways, I'm gonna cut until I actually end up completing this. So I will see you guys when I complete this. And there we go, a completion of 87. We probably could have gotten 99, but you know what? I hate that thing anyways. That actually took a bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, I actually have no strategy for that. The only strategy and the only tip that I can probably give you out of that fight is that, out of that mushroom, I should say. Okay, so you have to get 85. Oh, wait a minute, was the score really, 87? Okay, thank God. Anyways, alright, so your best bet is to hope that he gives you a friggin' good RNG, because the way how that mushroom works is that when you're hitting him, he actually moves away. But if you can kind of get him into the corner where that treasure chest is with the shrubs, or if you can get him to where the tram is at, you can get him stuck a bit in a way that he won't move so far. Because there is a chance that he will move very far from you and you're unable to hit him. I utilize Berserk Charge for this. So what I do is that you have two methods of how you can do this. You can also use MP Haste still, and the way how you can probably utilize it is that you can use Thunder as your means of keeping him in the air if he's far away, because the thing is that, hell, I actually think maybe Magic Lock-On actually might be good for that then, because maybe it will end up locking onto him a lot more effectively than how it normally would. So hey, put Magic Lock-On on. It actually might work. Other than that, using Thundaga to be able to end up starting it off, or you can end up utilizing Curaga and start off your Berserk combo right off the bat with Master Form. And then once you've started to get your MP back, be sure to look at the MP bar, because you will end up doing a finisher once your MP comes back. And Sora's finisher in Master Form, with a single enemy, is slamming him on the ground. You don't want that, because that's like the last thing you need. But other than that, no, it wasn't as bad as I thought. You also don't want negative combo, because it's not gonna really do anything for you. You also don't want actually, that's it. I actually think that's really it. I don't think you really need anything else. Other than that, that's it. So that's those mushrooms done. I gotten the first hard ones out of the way. There's actually one more hard one, but we'll go into detail with that one later. Anyways, And then this will be the end of this episode of Kingdom Hearts 2. And the next episode of Kingdom Hearts 2 will actually... Oh, okay, so the tournament is not there. So how the hell did I get Fatal Crest? Unless that is not a Keyblade. Maybe that's not a Keyblade, I'm actually losing my mind. I thought that Fatal Crest was a Keyblade. Am I missing something? I might be. Whatever. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Kingdom Hearts 2. Laters.